Hello everyone, we are the Team 9. Today we will introduction steel processing and manufacturing. First let's briefly review the foundation problem. The Beijing National Stadium is located on a river alluvial plain. In this area, the layers of clay, salt, and sand and gravel are interspersed, and that foundation hardness is very good. This is very beneficial for the construction of large-scale projects. However, the special design of birds' nest poses two major problems for the foundation. The uneven distribution of foundation pressure and the rise of groundwater level threatens the building. In order to solve the above problems, the countermeasures, like piles of different depths in the drainages and pass through the piles and the ground. The friction force ensures the stability of the base plate. Countermeasures in order to solve the problem of anti-flooding. Set up dewatering wells inside and outside the stadium to reduce the groundwater level. First rotate and push the tool into the ground. The soil is loosened by the auger tip and displaced into the side of a bore, and the use of a carrying extension will increase the drilling depth. Finally, the reinforcement case is pushed or vibrated into the facility poured pile. The National Stadium has a large structural span. In terms of pile foundation, there is a relatively large horizontal force in addition to the vertical force. Therefore, special technology can only be used to solve the problem of land capacity. Firstly, a grinding pipe is built in the pile, and then by injecting cement ground into it, the bearing performance of the soil around the pile is improved, and the bearing capacity of the pile is greatly increased.
To try out a special technique that he hopes will solve the problem. To enhance its loading capacity, we buried grouting tubes inside the piles. And 2 days after we completed the filling of the piles, we pumped cement milk into the foundation to increase the capacity of the earth surrounding the piles to hold more weight. The cement pumped into the piles strengthens the surrounding ground, creating much stronger foundations.
Then let's talk about steel processing technology. It can be seen from the comparison between the inter-ground molding and the melting point molding. In that is, melting point forming change the position of each point will change the forming surface, which is equivalent to reconstructing the forming die, reflecting the flexible characteristics of melting point forming. However, the all-round mold is single and needs one product and one mold. The main forming method of this set of melting point forming equipment is to adjust the pounds to the required precision before forming, so that each pound forms the envelope surface of the component's surface. There is no phase movement between the punches in the forming process, as shown in the figure below.
The individualization of products is a mega trend. Individual products can be found in many applications in industry, medicine, and research. With the technology of vacuum-assisted multi-point molding, such products can easily be manufactured. Our lab process is capable of producing a wide range of individual components quickly and without a rigid mold. A 3D CAD model.
Because of the existence of large cobble on the steel column, its dimension has exceeded the capacity of highway transportation. Therefore, the cobble must be pre-assembled in the factory before leaving the factory, according to the structural form of truss column. In order to ensure the smooth installation on site and reduce the installation and adjustment time of components on site, the first bands of components are pre-assembled in the factory. The installation process of a composite steel column is from the bottom to the top step by step. Hoisting the first section of inner column. Install A pillar and B pillar. Left the second section of the inner column in place. Left the third inner column. Characteristics of bending and torsion members. First of all, because of the large section, thick plate and a large amount of boarding, it is difficult to control the deformation of the other column bending and torsion numbers. Because of the thin plate and the large number of lip plates, the boarding deformation of the substructure is large, and it is difficult to correct. The characteristics of truss joints and the difficulty of fabrication are as follows. Because there are many kinds of joints, the internal structure of the joints is complex. The requirements of weld quality are high, and the welding deformation is large, and the four corbels connected by the node and the Weber numbers are all in special positions, so it is difficult to control the dimensional accuracy. The assembly process of typical chest joints is first plate butt joint, and then set the jig free, and then draw the line at diaphragm position. Then assemble and weld the web after the assembly of the front upper jig frame and diaphragm, and then carry out the welding work. First assemble and weld the cross stiffener plate, then assemble and weld the plate after the assembly of the upper flange, and weld the cross stiffener plate and the flange. Next week we will introduction assembly and the installation of steel components. Thanks for watching.